today we're going over what happened about my laser cutter that I bought off eBay. There was it worked for a while, but after I tested it with doing little squares and things like that, but when I went to give it its actual first print, after about 5 minutes this board went dead. Now there's certain checks. It seems that this board is dead because the power supply was giving out about 30 volts when really it should have been just 12 volts. The difficult thing was to know what was broken and what wasn't. Like if it's the stepper motors, they're about £50 for the 3. If it's the 5.5 watt laser, that could be £150–200. So there was a problem. It could cost a lot if it wasn't resolved. In the end, I paid £300 for it. eBay were having a deal of 20% for that day, so I got it actually for £240. And then in the end I managed to get a refund of the 45%, so I got £135 back from the 300 as such. So in the end, eventually you could say I've paid £105, but I do have to fix it. Now depending on what's broken, I'm either going to make on it or I'm going to lose on it. Okay, now certain things I do know. The stepper motors do seem to be okay as far as I can tell at the moment, because when I moved this, when they were connected, the light was coming on, so I take it the coils are still okay for the stepper motors. Can't really check them 100% unless I did check some. Basically you've got 4 wires going to each one. You take it out of here, you put an LED between 2 of the terminals, move it, then that tells you whether one side is working, and also you then put it on the other side of the 4 wires and that tells you if it's working. I haven't really done that test. All I've done is test that they're working, sort of, but the better way to do is test it with the wires 2 and then 2 and the LEDs. So they seem okay. I did flash the nano. Once it broke, I did flash the nano and it was working, so that seems okay. The next thing is the laser. Now that's a bit more complicated because it's a 2 wire goes into a 3 wire, or is it a 4 wire? A 4 wire. Trouble with these Chinese items is it's a bit hard to tell what you've bought because the documentation is 0. So I'm not sure if I can control the power of the laser or not. If it's PWM or TTL, I don't even know the difference. That's why I bought it, so I could learn. Okay, so my next few videos will mostly be about what I'm doing to get it working. Now the first thing I've done, okay, there's 2 places you should join. This is like a clone of what they call Eleksmaker, which is like a Banggood sort of brand. You know, if you're looking on Banggood, it would come under Eleksmaker. This is basically a clone. So there are certain things that people have done with those machines to fix them. Now one of the things is they've trying to get this in focus. Okay, that's it. Now at the moment over here you can just about see it maybe, and under here you've got the runners, and they're basically just screwed in each end, so you've got to pull them tight, and as you're pulling them tight you do the screw. Well, this I've 3D printed, and basically that makes it easier to adjust it, so it feeds through one and then the other. You sort of push them together and then you can move it and tighten it a bit more evenly. It gives you a lot more control over what you are doing. Okay, so that's the first thing, so they will go there. Then I have ordered some boards off eBay and Amazon. One's like this, one's different. I've also ordered a really low powered laser, so I might plug a low powered laser in first when I'm doing it, because that was about £15 rather than connecting my £150–200 laser onto it. Okay, so that's the update. Basically I was willing to take the chance, and the other thing I wanted to learn about lasers, and if it was broken it gives me a starting point. I know this board needs to be changed. After that I'm not too sure, and then I can learn more about it. I mean, what I'd like to know next is about the powering of the laser and getting different powers out the laser, because let's say the manual is no good whatsoever. Oh yeah, there's two places, at least two places you should join. One was on Facebook. There's an Eleksmaker group, so they will tell you, they can help you with some of the problems you might have. Actually, I can only remember one at the moment. That was one place, and again, that was mostly the best place. There was another place for lasers on Facebook, but again, this one is more dedicated to your system, and they can help you out more with your system because it's near enough the same. That's it. I hope this video has been helpful. If so, please give us a thumbs up, leave a comment if you can, if you have any questions yourself, and also subscribe. Like I say, in the future videos we will be showing things I've done and how I've done them to get it working again. Okay, if you are buying off eBay, I would always say buy from the UK if you can. That way, if there is a problem like I had, you could always send it back. It is a Chinese seller, but they're in the UK. You get it quicker. He offered, first initially when I said, he offered about 15%, but I said really that's not good. If all it takes is the laser to be gone, and I'm at £150, and that's 50% of the cost. So I said I want 60% because I thought other things might, I know that had gone, you know, I was taking a chance. I wanted 60%. He came back with 30% actually. I said 60%, and in the end we went for 45% discount. Always buy from the UK. Obviously pay with PayPal, so you've got a bit more security your end. If something goes wrong, if you don't go through eBay's process, you can go through PayPal. Okay, there will be more videos to follow though. Okay, thanks.